Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over how to quickly level up your Bestiary. I'm going to call it the Bestiary, I'm not sure that's the right pronunciation, in Hypixel Skyblock. So this video is going to be split into three sections: the early game, the mid game, and the late game. There'll be timestamps in the description for each section, but first of all, let's get into what is the Bestiary. And please subscribe, we're on the way to 1k. So, I'm quoting the forums here. The Bestiary is a new mechanic which can be accessed in the combat menu, in the skills menu, right here. The Bestiary is right here. So, the Bestiary is detailed info on all existing monsters, provided you have defeated enough of them. And this info includes loot and how many of them you have killed. Increasing the knowledge of each of these monsters, which you do by killing more of them, will grant rewards that only affect that specific monster, like increased magic find against that specific monster, as you can see here. Now, what are families? Now, families within a Bestiary are in here. This is a family. However, in a family, let me show you a better one. In a family, there can be multiple different types. So in that, if you go to the end, you have level 50 Enderman, level 45 Enderman, and level 42 Enderman. These are part of the same family. So if any of these you kill, they will count towards the same counter, basically. So the mobs can be different. So as you can see, I haven't found any, but on your private island you can get Enderman, and in the end you can obviously get Enderman. Now these are different families. They are counted as towards different families of mobs. Now quickly onto why you should level this up. So if you see here, there is the Bestiary milestone. Now what this is that you reach new milestones in your Bestiary by unlocking unique family tiers. So I like to think of this as, I'm going to call them unique Bestiary points. And these, in my eyes, work a similar way to unique minions and minion slots. So you get more unique Enderman collections by tiering them up. Actually, when I get to tier 10 by killing another 13,000 of them, I will get one more unique Bestiary point, which will go towards this. Every time you level up the milestone, you get a reward, which includes more permanent health and more combat XP. Now, combat XP you don't get every single level. However, every specific milestone, so at Bestiary milestone 20, I got 1 million combat XP, which is quite a lot. Another reason to level it up is because of this Grandma Wolf pet here. It shouldn't be level 61, it's got an EXP share, but for some reason that wasn't working with the Guardian pet and the experimentation table. However, this item can be claimed from Grandma Wolf in the new Spider's Den, and automatically by talking to Grandma Wolf, you can level up its rarity depending on your Bestiary level. Now on to early game. So when you're in the early game, I'm going to be assuming you were just starting out with either an Undead Sword or Raider's Axe, with full Lapis armor, full End armor, about that area. So at the very start of the game, you're going to want to focus on getting some of the easier to kill mobs up quite a bit. This I recommend first of all on your private island, building out a massive platform and just farming any mobs that spawn, because these ones, when you get to later, will be much more difficult, because obviously you're using a repelling candle or something like that. Next, after that, I recommend just going through all of these, looking for things that are quite easy to kill and leveling them up. So things like zombie villagers, probably magma cubes, blaze, wither skeleton, and pigmen in the blazing fortress. Probably gravel skeletons in the spider's den. And if you can kill these spiders if they have low health, go for them. All of these mobs from creeper to the miner skeleton in the deep caverns, these ones you find at dwarven mines, and some of them like glassite walkers and goblins are still quite easy to kill. However, treasure hoarders and ghosts are much more difficult. Basically, for early game, this might not be the easiest thing, but I recommend having a look through your Bestiary and killing any mobs that you can kill and get them up to about level 3 or 4, I'd say. If you grind them for long enough, this could get you up to Bestiary level 10, which will reward you with quite a bit of combat XP, which is extremely useful, especially in the early game. I'm just going to say really quickly, although I am telling you exactly what you should do and what I have been doing, I do think this is a lot easier to do than any of the other things. All you got to do is just kill any mobs you can kill. There is literally just nothing else to it. However, mid-game now. When you're at the mid-game, we're going to assume you have full strong dragon armor or something like that, plus an aspect of the dragons and above. And this is when I recommend you start to include the end in particular. So the end, kill all of these Endermen. Obviously these ones are in the same family, so it doesn't matter which one you kill. Endermen, and if you can, Obsidian Defenders, Watchers, and Zealots, and Endermites. Plus maybe go on to Ghasts in the Blazing Fortress, whether those are quite difficult to kill because you can't really grind Ghasts well. Start work on criticals in the hub, however I recommend doing things like this, just alongside Zombie Slayer, because that just makes sense. Start to go for treasure hoarders, goblins, ice walkers in the Dwarven Mines, and obviously if you can somehow kill ghosts with a long range weapon, try that. In the park, I recommend killing all of these wolves that for some reason instead I haven't killed any of. Again, do these alongside Sven's instead of just on their own. Spider's Den should be able to kill everything here. Obviously some of these bosses like this, they're a bit more difficult to kill, and they just take a bit more time. With the killing all of these things, obviously alongside Spider Slayer is recommended. As well as here, you probably should start doing some sort of catacombs. This is extremely good. You can get so many unique bestiary points from this. But obviously you have to be able to do dungeons. Just completing floor 1 quite a few times will get you quite a high bestiary level for a lot of these. And I recommend starting to do things like the Spooky Festival, because these mobs, I mean, you can get this quite easily. And finally, endgame. Now, I am not exactly at endgame yet, so you might not want to take my advice to heart. However, in endgame, it is quite simple, as it is in the mid and early game. I recommend leveling all these up to the max level, because yes, there is a max level for each of these. I've already reached the max level for zombies on my island. And this is when I recommend grinding things like ghosts, which are obviously quite difficult to grind. The best way to do this with the soul whip. And this, when you're extremely sweaty, that's when you should do dragons. Now, each of the dragons is within one family, thankfully. However, you have to spend so much money into summoning eyes to get all these dragons to quite a high level. As you can see here, I've only killed one dragon. Participating doesn't count because I have participated in Endstone Protectors. I haven't got that because you have to actually be the one to kill them to get the credit, which is annoying because I have participated in about 20 dragon fights, probably more. But yeah, that was a completely in-depth guide on how to level up the Bestiary fast. I'm really sorry if this didn't help you too much. I've done everything I can say. However, really, there isn't a quick way to grind these mobs. Really, it is literally just stabbing mobs over and over again to level it up, which is something you probably didn't need a tutorial for, to be honest. However, if this tutorial was at all helpful, do consider leaving a like down below and subscribing for more gameplay, tutorials, things like that. It goes a long way. Also, comment down below any other Skyblock tutorials, videos, gameplay you want to see. I'd really appreciate any suggestions. Also, join my Discord. There is currently a block deleter giveaway going on, so be sure to react in the giveaways channel for that. And follow on Instagram, where I might start posting if I can be bothered. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in a couple of days with another video. Peace.